Hey, I'm Chris Velasco with Engadget, and ever since Motorola released the Moto X last year, it's been doing two things with its new phones: cutting the price tag and moving up the alphabet. Today we're taking a look at the latest in its portfolio, the Moto E. It's not the prettiest, nor is it the fastest, but at $129 it is cheap. How well does it strike that balance between performance and price? Let's find out. So here's the thing, the Moto E is super cheap, so let's not harp on all the niceties it doesn't have. But let's start with the screen. It does come with a 4.3-inch display running at 960 by 540 or QHD. It's been a while since I've seen a screen that low resolution, but it's not actually all that bad. Color reproduction is solid, if a little on the lifeless side. Viewing angles are better than you'd expect, and it actually does get quite bright. Performance is no slouch either, thanks in large part to the Snapdragon 200 chipset plus the 1 GB of RAM inside. It's not going to blow you away, but for $129, does it really have to? Meanwhile, the 5-megapixel camera on the back is about as lackluster as you'd expect for a phone of this price. That isn't to say it doesn't have its redeeming qualities. Motorola has once again gone with its Touch Anywhere to Shoot feature. Zooming in and out is a quick drag from the bottom, and you're actually able to bring up your settings with quick swipes from the side. Now, there isn't a ton to say about the Moto E when it comes to software, and that's because it's running a mostly stock version of Android 4.2.2 KitKat. Motorola has said, though, that even though there is a Google breakup on the books, the Moto E will get the latest version of Android as soon as it comes out. Probably the biggest feature that Motorola has added in terms of software is what it calls Alert, which allows you to set emergency contacts, in my case, my mom and the police, and have them meet you or follow you in case something does go awry. If you're really in trouble, you hit the emergency button, emergency mode kicks off, it'll contact your local emergency number and the people you've set, and we're going to cancel that right there. If we're being honest, the Moto E isn't that much to look at either. It does sport the same sort of curves and dipped lines that the Moto G and the Moto X have, and things don't really get that much more interesting when you go under the hood either. If we pop off the back, we do see a couple things. We've got a sealed 1980 milliamp hour battery, which Motorola says is good for about 24 hours of mixed use. We also have your micro SIM card slot here on the side, and below that, crucially, is your micro SD card slot. It'll take a card as big as 32 gigabytes, which is absolutely necessary when you remember that the Moto E only comes with 4 gigabytes of internal storage. The version we've got here is actually sort of a boring one too. In certain markets, the Moto E will come equipped with 2 SIM slots for multiple phone numbers and a digital TV tuner for when you need to watch TV on the go. It does also support an FM radio for music, free music, which Motorola likes to point out quite a bit, although you do have to have a wired pair of headphones to make that work. Now, the Moto E does have a lot of things going for it, and if Motorola managed to get that price tag down to $99, it would have a massive seller on its hands. If you have an extra $50 to spare, though, we would recommend going for the Moto G, but if absolute cost is your only issue, you could do a lot worse than the Moto E.
Competitive smartphone in its own right. It's obviously smaller in pretty much every way compared to the M8, with a lesser screen resolution of 720p. It's a very good